Hey guys, it's Sam with 2Ms and welcome to this MYXclusive interview. Happy Monday to you all. It is a new week. Woo, kaya natin to guys. I hope you all had a restful weekend so that you can take this week, head on talaga. So I hope you guys are staying safe, staying sane, and staying healthy above all things. But in just a bit, I will be having a very special guest who will be joining me today. He is an incredibly talented singer and artist. And actually, the last time na na-interview ko siya was about I think 2 years ago, and almost maybe more than 2 years ago, feeling ko, and that was with boy band PH pa. But nagbabalik siya dito sa mix because he just recently released his first ever solo single, which is called Afraid, and we'll be talking about that. And syempre, kakamustahin na din natin siya. So everyone, please welcome to MYXclusive, Russell! Woo!
Oh, hey everybody. Hello, hello.
Yay!
Hello, Sam with two M's. I like that intro.
Aw, thank you. Thank you, Russell with two S's.
And two L's. Two L's. There you go.
Yeah, that's true. So that's a lot more than mine. But thank you, Russell, for joining us. Like we said, it's been a long time since I got to talk to you. So how have you
Yes,
been?
I have been good.
Mhm.
I actually just actually magtatagalog na lang ako.
Go lang.
Kakabili ko lang dito sa Chicago. I
Oo.
was in California for
Oh.
mga 2 weeks.
Mm-mm.
I was there to syempre see some of my friends over there. Tsaka
Yeah.
nag-record ako ng bagong music. So
Taray.
yeah, so it's all right. Yeah, good time.
Mhm.
First time taking a vacation in a while because this year's been
Yeah.
very busy, thankfully, and
Mhm.
not I haven't spent it in my house too much. So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I've just
Yeah.
been good. How about yourself?
I'm good. Medyo iba naman dito kasi sa Pilipinas, no, in terms of situation. But,
Yeah,
making the best out of each day at home, trying to keep myself, sane and safe is
for
the
sure.
most important
Yeah.
thing. But how is it over there, no? I can imagine after, syempre, a while of us being at home. Tapos now you guys can, like, go out, diba? Like, don't even have to wear masks and all of that. But kamusta naman yun for you,
Um,
like, the adjustment?
Actually, ngayon,
Mm.
bumili kami sa actually we're actually back to a mask mandate recently dahil
Ah,
sa Delta.
really?
Yeah, Delta variant dito. It's kind of
Mm-mm-mm.
been like yeah, the cases there's been a bit of a surge,
Intense.
so
Uh-uh.
the it's not too bad, but it's just for
Mm-hmm.
safety measures, for so lahat ng mga I
Mm-hmm.
mean everything's still open, but
Yeah,
yeah, the
yeah.
mask mandate is in effect again, but
Mm-hmm.
um it was actually originally lifted no nung June ata, and
Mm.
it was kind of weird
Yeah,
because
I
at
can
the time
imagine.
I just recently quit my previous job. I was working at a
Mhm.
grocery store,
Hey, let's
nearby here.
go.
Simple
Yeah.
life. Oh my
Respect
goodness,
the
entry
hustle.
level job.
Oo.
Absolutely. I had to make some money
Mhm.
somehow amidst the pandemic.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna quit recently. Just
Mhm.
because I know I gotta focus on my music and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
But yeah, it was weird. Yeah, I was wearing masks for the most like the
Mhm.
majority of the time I was working there. But in June, they
Yeah.
finally like lifted it, and they're like, yeah, everybody just if you're vaccinated, show us your vaccination cards, and you can work maskless. And then I was able to see like all of my coworkers' faces after like 4 months,
Really?
and it was but sa akin it was like I think this is a lot of people feel this way, but
Mhm.
so these people I met them when they had their masks on, so I've
Yeah,
never
yeah,
actually seen their
yeah.
actual face. So because of
Mhm.
that, dahil sa utak natin, it's always gonna fill in the blanks, and our imagination is gonna kind of fill in the blanks. So
Yeah.
for the longest time, I had like I had an idea of like what people would look like underneath the mask,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then it comes off. And sometimes I was like, "Damn, I'm good." Like I was just right, like exactly as I thought. But then some other people, I was just like,
Oh.
"That's like it was like there was a weird like I had one coworker in
Mhm.
particular. Such a weird
Oo.
tangent, but this is a fun
Yeah.
thing.
No, go ahead.
Um,
Yeah.
um, I totally thought she looked like this one way in my head, but then
Mhm.
for the
Mhm.
longest time, like I finally like can see her actual face,
Yeah.
and like I'm like there's a definite disconnect in my mind with like the way she looks and like what I think she
Yeah.
looks like. So even like when I would imagine her or think how she looks like, the image
Oh,
of like what
yeah.
my brain imagined is what would come up first for like the longest time.
No, yeah.
So
Oo.
syempre talagang weird yung adjustment, but
Mhm.
it's the same thing as we had to adjust when the masks went on in the first place. So
Mhm.
we just take it day by day. It's kind of coming
Mhm.
back, and we're just gonna stay vigilant, and hopefully this thing is over at some point soon
Yeah, for
ish. But
sure. That's all we're
but
all praying for now.
yeah,
But
but
I love that.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's a weird adjustment, but it's nice. It's nice to go to the gym ulit. The gym's
Mm.
open again, and I can work out without a mask. So I'm not.
Wow.
It makes it. It's pretty nice. It was
Yeah.
nice. I was like, I'm like doing cardio. I'm like,
Yeah. No more fresh air. Yeah, fresh air.
So
I
definitely
love it.
different adjustment, but no, it's cool. It's cool. It's been
Yeah.
it's not so bad here, and it's summertime dito sa Chicago, so it's been cool.
Really?
Yeah,
It's not that cold.
not
Kasi
cold
like,
yet. Yeah, it's not Philippines hot, but it's very hot and humid
yeah.
currently. But the summer. I mean, it's August 29. The Burr months over here. That's when it gets cold. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Good luck.
I'm just
Uh-uh.
just holding on to the warm weather. So
Yeah,
yun lang.
good luck
Yeah.
when it gets cold. But that's so wild. I can imagine ngayon parang disconnect, like with, of course, like seeing people without their masks for the
For
first
sure.
time. Also, like
Yeah.
your mind wants to deny that this is the actual
That
face.
is not what
You know
you
what I
look
mean?
like.
Yeah, no
It's not your head.
way. Oh,
Yeah.
parang false memories ganyan, which is
For
so
sure.
weird, yeah. And also like, oh my god, like I really can't imagine. But it's so weird because these are things that happened before. All of these
Yeah.
things, like we never had to do these things before.
These
But now,
these are unprecedented
yeah,
times. So,
exactly,
yeah.
which is so wild. But it's good to hear that you're doing okay. Everything is like you said, you're also taking it day by day now over there. But what are the things that you do? Syempre, aside from music, no, trying to keep yourself sane, talaga, like
To
self-care.
keep myself
Ano ba yung
sane. So,
self-care ni Russell Reyes?
wow.
Wow!
Sa totoo lang, nung 2020, like, as much of a terrible year it was realistically for a lot of people, for the entire world. And I think a lot of people feel the same way, but it was a time for self-discovery and all that goodness. So
Yes.
last year, syempre, I just came back from the Philippines for after 3 years. And it was like finally a time where I could just kind of be like by myself ish and kind of like reevaluate what I want in life. So to answer the question, I just figured I found a bunch of hobbies last year. So I think I said this in some of my previous interviews, but I've been playing a lot of tennis. Actually, like got a really, really cool friend. Like everybody that I hang out with these days, for the most part, are usually like because I play tennis and I just happen to play with them.
Good. Socially distant sport.
Yeah, it's a sport that you can easily socially distance. So So it was everybody was playing last year, and I was like, wow, it's like the one sport people can play. Yeah, it was nice to like see that here in the States. But there's that, and as a result, I got a coaching job because of that. For like I did that over the summer for a bit, so that was cool. And I've been very much into martial arts since actually I left the Philippines. Like I picked up boxing before I left the Philippines, but when I came back here, I just started taking it a bit more serious. Obviously, couldn't train during the lockdowns, but in the past couple months, I've been taking that training a lot more serious. Because to keep it simple, like aside from music, I actually just really enjoy being active, like just as active as I possibly can. Like that's what I do for fun. So that's what's kept me sane, and it physically keeps me in shape, and all the other health benefits of physical activity. So that's kind of what's kept me sane throughout all of this. Definitely like the initial lockdown here, like no gym, nothing, like same thing for everybody. Yeah, it was driving everybody crazy. So we all had to adjust and do home workouts and do stuff from home, and that's still what we're doing. But
yeah, for sure. I love that. At least your hobby is like being active. So there's so many things that come from like being active, and it's like a holistic kind of health kind of thing.
For sure.
So that's cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like I've always valued my health since I was younger. Like I was always yeah, I'm just going full English, dude. I'm sorry. But it's easier this way, so it's gonna take 20 minutes longer. I've always valued my health. Like I was always like in sports or like in some form of like athletics since I was younger. But it's really like now that I'm not old, I just turned 23. But we're still young. We're still very young.
Yeah, we're same. So we're still young.
Yeah. You're 23. How old are you?
I'm 24, but
heck yeah, the mid-20s weird funk.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Exactly.
But like our bodies are changing like a little bit. As like
that's
my
so
friends,
true.
When I was 18, I had friends who were like 25, like, dude, like, hang on, dude, like your body's totally gonna change when you get older. I was like, shut up, dude, you're barely older than me. And now I'm here, I'm like,
It's so
It's like
true.
slowing down a little bit. So with
Yeah,
that being
dude.
said, just a little bit,
Mm.
just a little bit. But
Mhm.
that being said, like I don't take my health for granted at all. So
Mhm.
it's like something I've definitely taken more seriously. Like even with
Mhm.
I don't eat a super strict diet, but that's
Mhm.
another thing that keeps me sane is just eating food that's
Mhm.
nutritious and
Yeah.
good for me and stuff because that just
Mhm.
makes me physically feel good.
Yeah.
Everybody worries about the looking good part, but that's a byproduct. It's always about
Mhm.
feeling good. So that's definitely
Wow.
that physical health is very much helped the mental.
Oo.
So yeah,
Yeah. I feeling ko mag-exercise ako after this. And also, to everyone watching, feeling ko mag-exercise din sila after this. And we have so many
heck
people
yeah,
watching. We have
everybody
so many people. Yeah.
start
Oh my
simple,
gosh.
start
Yeah,
simple,
guys,
and like
it's all
I
about
think
health.
that absolute health as well. Like that's actually even
Exactly.
another thing.
Mhm.
It's nice that I've seen this specifically, mostly in America, but in most places where, like hustle culture, like working super
Yeah.
hard. At least mostly in America. It's different in other
Mhm.
places, but where like people are always like encouraged to like work until like your brain
Yeah.
explodes. But like now with everything that's happened, it's like take a day to like rest because recovery
That's
is
so
really
true.
important because
Yeah.
monetary gain and having a lot of money is really good,
Mhm.
frankly really important, but
Yeah.
if your health is compromised it doesn't matter. But yeah, with that being
Yes,
said,
that's
like
so
it
true.
doesn't matter, like if like you're
Yeah.
rich and then like you're 40 and your body falls apart, it's like, well,
What are you gonna do?
can't do
Exactly.
anything, that
Yeah,
sucks. Like
you can't enjoy.
I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for
No, yeah,
people.
that's
Like
true.
I did a thing
Mhm.
in June that I
Mhm.
was very inconsistent with because I hate posting on social media, honestly. Where I was just like,
Feel it.
I got really into like jump roping as well because that like
Mhm.
coincided with like martial arts and just
Oh,
footwork,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and like cardiovascular health, all that goodness. And it was
Mhm.
like it's something that was like it's really simple and really easy to do.
Can you do like
You
the
can.
tricks and stuff?
I'm not great at tricks. I'm just good at like double unders and stuff, and like
Okay.
I do
Oh
it for
wow,
the
that's
exercise.
hard.
No, double
Yeah.
unders. Quick discussion. Double unders, people think they're a lot harder than they
Yeah, yeah.
actually are. There's like
Oh
even other
really?
simple tricks, in my opinion, are way harder than double unders. Double unders is
Mhm.
purely timing and
Yeah,
like a
yeah, I
little bit
agree.
of athleticism. They're
Yeah.
not that like I thought they were terribly hard last year,
Mhm.
and then like my
Mhm.
friend explained one thing, and I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
It was, yeah, it's not that bad. I'm telling you, it's not that
Yeah.
bad. But yeah, I started like posting in my story just like a
Mhm.
30-day challenge for myself. I'm like, I'm just
Mhm.
gonna do this every day to get better.
Yeah.
Did not do it every day, and I did not post every day. I did not finish that 30-day thing. I'm sorry to everybody who followed me, but it was
Yeah.
just like a thing that I like doing. It is a thing that's
Mhm.
whoa, that's yeah, was like a nice little thing to show my followers and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
get out there and be healthy, guys.
Be
You
healthy.
know,
Yeah. Why
yeah,
not? I mean, if there's anything that really, if there's a lot of things, actually, there's a lot of things that the last year and a half has taught us, obviously, but health
oh
is
for sure,
really wealth,
super
you
important.
guys.
Yeah,
How can you work at 100% if you don't rest? That is not
exactly.
possible. So
The
take it
gains are
from us.
made. The improvement is made when you rest. It is.
Yeah,
It is. You got to put in the
exactly.
work, but you got to rest too. That's just how it works.
Yeah,
But to
exactly.
everybody watching, it's not like a
Mhm.
go out there and like work out every single
Mhm.
day
Oh
and
no,
like
yeah, yeah.
yeah. No, it's just like go out for well in the Philippines it's hard, but like I was gonna say like go for a walk, but things are kind of locked down. But if you can go for a walk,
Yeah.
go for a walk. And if
Oh
you
yeah,
got a jump rope, which is they're not terribly expensive, do some jump rope for
that's
10 minutes. It's okay. Just move a
yeah.
little bit. Get
It's
your
all
blood
yeah,
pumping.
I agree.
Good.
It's all about
Good for
finding
you.
a workout that
Yeah,
like
that's
you like.
fun. That's
You know what I mean?
fun because
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't even like weightlifting that much. Well, a lot of people like
Yeah,
I gotta lift
yeah.
weights and blah. Like that's cool. I think it's important to have strength training, but it's not that
Hmm.
fun in my opinion. So
Yeah,
I was like to stay active, all that goodness.
yeah.
In other ways
You
that are
have to
fun. That's why. Yeah.
yeah, you have to find the one for you, like workout talaga. And
Boom.
that's exactly what has to
Yeah.
happen for you guys to
Man,
enjoy.
I sound like a fitness guru, even though like we're here about music.
I know, no, but that's the many facets, of Russell, you guys. Fitness
I'm
talaga
not
is
just
one
a
of them.
musician.
Yeah, very versatile, yeah.
I like
Wow,
cooking,
modified.
man. Heck
Oh,
yeah.
no way, really? Do you like to cook also?
I
Is
love
that
cooking,
part of
yeah.
your health? Your health
Part of
thing?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because just with that, yeah, I don't know. It's just
Mhm.
it's a lot easier to be healthy when you can
That's
cook
true.
food that tastes
Yeah.
good, that you actually like, and just happens
Yeah.
to like fit into your
Yeah.
nutritional needs. So yeah, I've always liked to cook, and I've always loved like everybody who knows me, every person who follows me, every single one of my friends knows that I love to eat like a lot. So, but although it's eat a lot, I don't really like, I don't love putting like junk food in my body and processed food. So, if you can financially swing it, and not to say that I don't, like, I like to have like a little bit of something here and there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be here like, I don't eat any sweets. That's a lie. That'd be a lie. But if you can financially swing it, always go for the best food that you can buy, like at least quality wise.
Yeah, that's true. See, guys, holistic health talaga to for Russell, no? But syempre, moving from yung isang passion niya, which is of course fitness, wellness, all of that. Let's talk about music then. Kasi syempre, go on, like this is also a big part of Russell's life, obviously. So how has it been for you, Russell, in terms of music, no? Especially now you're releasing music as Russell Reyes, no? As a solo artist.
Yeah, crazy.
How has it been finding yourself naman in that aspect, music talaga, and the things that you want to make?
It's been interesting. It's very much I've finally discovered I've always heard about people like kind of having like writer's block and feeling burnt out musically and artistically, and I finally like felt that. Like I'd felt that when I was like in boy band PH and when I was working in the Philippines because it was my job. But like now that it's just something that I like to do, there have been times na like kulang talaga sa inspiration, and I find it hard to write about certain things or just like feel, I just feel like kind of boxed in. I don't feel like as creative, but definitely like in the past 2 years, one thing that I not as much now, but definitely when I first moved back was I heavily focused on learning how to produce music. I've always been training since I was a kid to perform music in a live setting, but recording it onto a computer and stuff is a way different thing. There's
for sure,
because like every singer songwriter, like a big thing that kind of stops them from putting out the music that they want to put out is that they'll hear something in their head, but unfortunately a lot of times we lack the skills to put it out and like lay it down in a physical form, so just learning that productions just helped me personally just kind of express myself musically a lot more. I suck with lyrics. Like that's a big thing that everybody who knows me like they know this. Like I suck with lyrics, like writing them, memorizing. I suck with lyrics, and it's funny because
I feel like that's relative.
Yeah, it's no, but I really do. Like I was at the club the other night for the first time in a while, and like all my friends were like just reciting like every word to like rap songs, like like for like an entire song. I'm like, dude,
that's like every rap song.
I literally cannot memorize like one of those. Like even songs that I like, and even songs that I love, I cannot. Lyrics and words have always been like a secondary thing to me. It's just for me personally. A lot of people don't feel that way, but for me, it's like melody and like the music aspect is always like what has been like more like I don't know, important to me personally. And I know a few people like that, but I think it's just because like I'm more in tune with that. Some people resonate more with lyrics, but sometimes like it's a discussion between like, is it more important about like what you're saying or how you say it? For me, I'm more of like a how you say it type of guy, because sometimes like you can say something, but like if I'm not feeling it from you, it's a lie. I like to show, not say. So I don't know. Like that's a thing that's definitely been tough. So I've been able to get a little bit better piano. I learned a lot of guitar in the past 2 years. I have a bass and a electric guitar up there. I don't play those as much, unfortunately, though. They're just kind of for sure right now. It sucks. I haven't played them in a while. I feel terrible. But
after this, now you have to.
I'm playing. I'm like, I'm a fraud. Yeah, like being able to, I don't know, kind of compose, like learning how to compose like my own melodies and my own songs and stuff. And honestly, like even like recreating covers and songs that I like, that's like definitely helped my journey as like purely as a musician. But like it's definitely hard to write music if you're not, at least in my opinion, it's hard to write if you're not in tune with yourself and you don't really know yourself. Because me personally, I'm definitely somebody who I like to write from experience as much as I can. While I definitely know some people, I know plenty of songwriters who, you know, the way I make the comparison, like I'm a nonfiction writer, and then a lot of people are like fiction writers, which is like totally cool. Like I can't do that. Like I have very trouble. Like they could just like I have like an example, maybe like Inigo Pasquale. Like that man could just like write whatever. You know, he has plenty of stuff that's like, you know, from personal experience. But you know, the man, if he just needed to write something about a topic, he can easy. You know, for me, I'm not good at that. I can't. I know, like lots of songwriters are fantastic at that, but for me, my process is much slower because it's always like, you know, I want to write from experience, but that's really hard when you're kind of locked in and you can't really like go out and live and stuff.
Yeah,
and frankly,
that's true.
I'm very young, so I don't think I've experienced like that much of stuff. But you know, it's gonna be like my output is probably gonna be on the slower side, just because it's always going to be something that's like as true as possible to me. I don't know, maybe in the future that's not going to be the case, but right now it's definitely like, you know, I treat my music kind of like my journals, kind of like just a way to kind of remember what I felt like at a certain time. Like when I'm like 40 or 50, I can look back like, oh, Free is my first single. Like I listened to this, I'm like, oh, that sounds good, but like, damn, I was such an idiot when I was at that age. God, like why did I feel that way?
About all of us,
which I think is gonna be funny, you know. But at least it's something that like I can share with the world, and I'm very blessed to be able to do so. You know, working with Tarsher, working with Moofs, and everybody over at, you know, Tarsher just helping me out release this stuff. Yeah, it's a blessing. It's cool stuff. So, you know, just trying to write my stuff and express myself. Artistry.
Yeah, let's go. Artistry, you know. But I mean, we all have our own like we all have our own pace, right? Like with you, you said it's a little bit slower, which I think a lot of people can appreciate because it's like really, really like you really take your time to. I mean, not to say like others.
Oh,
like,
I definitely taken my time. But some people just, you know, like they can just finish a song in a day.
Oh
Production, writing, they can get like at least like the main form of the song done quickly. Like
which is really cool.
I'm working on 2 right now. That I technically started literally last year. But like I like wrote like a verse for them. Like I wrote like the chorus or the hook for them, and then I just like never touched them again. And then recently, like now that I'm more like free, I just went into my notes, started looking at like my notes, like my old projects. I'm like, damn, that's kind of good. I was like,
hey, let's
so
go.
I went to LA, and then I brought out like one of my favorite like demos, or one of the things I was working on. And yeah, we're like almost done with it. And then there's another one that like I'm producing myself. That like I'm probably not gonna be the final producer for it, but like I've like written like most of it. It's like almost like a full composition like the past couple of days. Like I've been like sending it to my friends and like, guys, look at this thing that I made. Like,
I'm so proud of you.
No, but it's definitely like songwriting is still a pain in the butt for me for sure. Like it's honestly like I kind of stay away from it just because it's difficult. So like I just like, you know what? I don't feel like writing today. I'm gonna go play tennis. You know, it's like my real responsibility. It's like my calling in the world. Like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the gym because it's gonna make me feel like I did something today.
Much better.
No, but in terms of like that journey, this is like a weird tangent, but I'm not sure. Do you know the artist Mac Ayres by any chance?
Yes, I love Mac Ayres.
So I had the great fortune of being able to meet him 2 years ago in the Philippines because he performed
when he came here.
Yeah, he came here.
I watched that.
Oh really? Yeah, heck yeah. So he was I'm not sure if I've told this story publicly. I hope I have, because it's a great story.
Okay, let's sit. No, he has said. This is the first time.
Yeah, you heard it here first, man.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
ABS CBN PR. Let me nap in.
Let's go. ABS CBN PR.
But
okay, go.
You know, he was there. He was performing. I like everybody who knows me. Like I'm a diehard Mac Ayres fan. Like I love like every freaking thing that he makes. Like everything. I'm just like, oh, that's like literally exactly like that's it. Like that is music. Like that is like this is what I want from my life. This is good stuff. And like he really inspired me in terms of like wanting to write and wanting to produce stuff. Like he really like had the sound that like I was kind of looking for. Like when my music taste started to develop as like a young, 18-year-old, that was him. He still is. I love his music. Mac Ayres is fantastic. So that was a long tangent of me fanboying, but Yeah, he after he performed, he was in like one section of like I think it was like the VIP whatever thingy, and he was chilling. He's a very low key guy, so he was a friend of mine texted me. They're like, "Yo, Russell, like he's here in VIP, like come back," because I was like I was somewhere else, and like come back and like take a picture. I was like, okay. I come over, and then like I see him walk past me, and like I have never been like starstruck in my life, like ever. Like that's like people always like talk about being starstruck. I have never ever felt that in my life until this moment. Like he passed by me, and I was like, I was like, like I remember like just feeling like anxiety. I was just like, oh my god, like I was like physically like, holy shit, I don't know, like this is so like, oh my god, that's the man, you know. Two of my friends were there, so it was Lila Cassid and Mito or Curtis Smith, if you guys know him, like you know, two awesome artists, friends of mine from over there. They were there. And then they're like, "Yo, Russell, you good?" I was like, "That's my kid." Like, oh my god! He's like, "Dude, go say hi to him."
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know how to. I didn't feel worthy, man. I was like, I don't know. Eventually, like I did. Like, so he was sitting in VIP. He was sitting like crisscross, and then like he had like a couple like supporters like fans around him, just like kind of like covering him. It was really low key. It was like a non-lit area, but like I knew his ass was there. I knew he was there. I was like, I was like had a beer in my hand. I was like pacing back and forth. I was like, all right. Is it time to like say hi? Eventually I was like, you know what? This is gonna go well. Like I'll go on forever. I'm gonna go say hi. So I went over to him. I like went through the circle for like I just waited for a moment of like silence. I went in really quick, just like kind of nonchalant. I was like, hey man, my name's Russell. I just want to say your stuff is the shit and you're amazing and you inspire me heavily. You're the dopest. Keep doing what you're doing. And he just looks at me, he's like, hey man, I really appreciate that. I was like,
oh my god.
Hey man. He's like, yo, come sit in the circle. I was like,
oh my god, you invited me to the circle.
Yeah, so I ended up like talking with the dude for like, he was super nice. So he was like kind enough to talk to me for like a while, like it was probably like an hour. Like he was chilling. We were just having like a beer and stuff. Some of his buddies came along. Like we were just talking in a circle with everybody. But yeah, like one of the things I asked them, because this is finally where the story was supposed to go.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I just started asking about like advice, like going forward, like as a songwriter, as a producer, and like just kind of his path and like how he got to where he is. Not necessarily that like I want to be like just like him, but like to kind of find myself artistically. Because at this point, this was like a few months before I left this. I left the Philippines and stuff. Like me and the boys, like everybody in boy band PH. At that point, we're like bros. We've been doing this a long time. We're tired of this. It's tough. So like all of us were like kind of feeling at that time like, this is getting like kind of heavy handed at that point. So, for me, like I was like, I really want to go solo and I want to write my own stuff finally. Because I'd never really had before. I'd always just been a singer purely, but I really wanted to start like writing my own music. So, I just asked him and he was able to run me through it and just kind of like his process and stuff. Not like exact details, but like literally the simplest piece of advice is just like, dude, just do it. Like just get started, bro. And like it applies to everything. And I'm saying all this to get to this super like simple thing, but like to hear it from him, it's just like, just even if it sucks, just write it down. Like just take your phone, take a notebook, whatever you're feeling in the moment. You felt something good or bad, whatever. Just keep on freaking writing. So me now, like I have like I have an entire. I've never had a journal in my life, but like now I effectively have a journal. I have a folder called like original songs. And there's like 60 notes, 60 like random, like pretty long notes. This is actually what I talked about with, I was on a meeting with like Tarsha at one point, and I was like telling them, like, this is kind of like how my process has started, where like I'll think of a moment in time, I'll write about it, and like I'll kind of name it and kind of think of it as like a theme or like a story that I want to talk about, and then like kind of expand on that. So like that's kind of where my process has been lately. But like like Mac Ayers is just like, dude, just fucking sorry, excuse me, but just freaking do it, man. Just like just freaking write, like whatever you want to do, just do it. Like he himself, he's like, I've written literally hundreds of songs, maybe thousands, that like a lot of them suck, but like the ones that you like, it's just happens that just trust the process. So with me, it's very much just been a trust the process moment. With Afraid, with everything that I've written so far, which is not that much, to be honest. It's very like you know, like sometimes on the topic of Afraid, my new single, everybody, in case you haven't heard.
Yes.
That even with that song, if you actually end up listening to it, it's available now on all streaming platforms. Afraid
guys.
by Russell and Moose.
There you go.
Look at that plug. Woo!
I love it, bro.
I've re-listened to it a couple times. Well, I've listened to the song literally thousands of times at this point, literally thousands of times. But like every so often, like I'll kind of like strip away the instrumental. I'll just listen to the vocal like arrangement and stuff. And then like I hear certain things and I'm like, I have no idea how in the hell I came up with that. I really freaking like it. I don't know like what compelled me to sing this note or sing these harmonies, but it's just a pure example of just trusting the process and just shutting up and not trying to overthink everything like I usually do in my personal life. It's just like, you know, but like looking back, I just remember being at my computer, the desk that I'm sitting at right now, and just like, I'll just like start like a lot of times I'll play the chords from the song, or I'll play on the guitar, usually guitar now, and I'll just start like humming like melodies and things that I like. And eventually I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of like that. And eventually like it just kind of comes out, and then like lyrics start coming, but then sometimes like weird harmonies that like I would never think to do would like start coming out. And like for my peers and my musical peers and people who worked with me before, like they know that like I'm not a huge nerd, but like I'm a bit of a nerd for like music theory and like kind of like the more technical aspects of music. I was very obsessed with that for like a long time when I was younger. But now like I've like very much stripped that like back. Like I have definitely not put enough work into it to say that I'm done with it, like learning that. But I have like I've put in enough reps and enough time where like that stuff is like sort of second nature to me in a sense, where I don't have to think about like, oh, I'm gonna sing a major third after this because it's gonna like this is gonna be the leading tone to the next chord and yada yada, which is cool. Like that's great if you want to like which is very important. Like people do like breakdowns of music and stuff, and they like, you know, break down like theoretically how this music was composed, but realistically it was just a dude at his computer and I was like, yo, that should sound good, I'm gonna put that in, you know,
which is great. I love that.
Which I think is a super like cool super cool thing. Like I was so like obsessed with learning music theory and such, all the technical stuff that you know, a lot of people who like go to music school and stuff and like learn these type of things have always told me like, hey, it's cool that you're trying to learn that, but realistically, like music theory is a way to explain the art. It doesn't create the art. It's just a way to like kind of analyze it and maybe like take things from it and break it down, but it's not inherently what makes good music. Like Beethoven and Bach and Stevie Wonder, they're not going like, oh, I'm gonna play the fourth chord and, you know, I'm just gonna imagine. You know, they're not doing all of that. They're like, I'm gonna play this specific note to create this dissonance in this. I mean, there's certain genres where like that kind of happens, but not really. Like you just kind of know like what you're feeling, and you kind of know what you're going for, and it kind of happens naturally. And with the process of Afraid and everything that I've written so far, it's just like like I have the technical knowledge like sort of in the back of my mind, but you know, it's just like kind of whether it's lyrics and melodies, it just kind of comes from the heart, you know. So
I love that. It's crazy. It's been quite the journey for Russell, you guys. Grabe yung naging journey after meeting Mac Ayres. First of all, what a crazy experience. I feel like happens in like the Philippines talaga. Like, you know what I mean? Like you just kind of
what happens in the Philippines stays in the Philippines, not really. But
like no, but like it's so cool. Like shout out to Mac Ayres for really, you know, giving the advice to how old, like 19-year-old Russell back then. Amazing.
I was 20 at the time. Yeah, I was 20.
20.
Yeah,
there you go.
I was about to turn 21. You know, younger than me. I was like a dumb kid. I'm still an idiot. You know, it's okay. But I was at the time like I really we're all, you know, didn't we think like we'd be like 25 and just think we have like everything figured out? Like, you know, when I'm 18, like but then we're here and it's like, oh, I'm actually like. How do I like file my taxes? Like,
fake it till you make it, you know.
Fake it till you make it, you know. I'm like, how the hell did I learn all this stuff? I'm like, it's crazy. But you know, shout out to Mac Ayres, man. Super nice guy. Gave me the time of day, and you know that really like
now
definitely.
You're here.
Yeah, now I'm here, still in my house, but you know, making music. So heck yeah.
amazing growth, guys, musically. I can imagine for Russell in the past few years also, and having to scale back a lot of the things na alam mo na already, like the kind of hold back on those things, kind of relearning a lot of new things then is so difficult. Sobrang hirap nun, but to be able to do it.
Yeah, hindi lang yun. It's just like even my lifestyle na rin, because in the Philippines, like I was like living like an artista and like doing like shows like every week, and getting really tired, and then people treating me a certain way, and then over here I'm just like, I work at a grocery store, dude. It's a very like, I guess, a humbling experience where it's just like, just come back down to earth, dude. Like people will like, especially in showbiz, will always tell you like, "Ay, sikat ka na," you're so this. But at the end of the day, we're all just humans. Like, we're no different. We should never change from like, who we initially were and stuff. So coming back home and part of the journey. I think it's cool. Like living.
I love it.
It's a simple life, but I kind of like it that way. It's less problems. So.
I mean, being in a situation like that can really make you uncomfortable and oftentimes make you feel afraid, I feel like. So, I feel like we should go talk more about your single, obviously, Afraid.
Heck
Once again, sa lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon, if you haven't yet, make sure to listen to yung bagong single ni Russell. It's called Afraid. It's available on multiple digital streaming platforms. You can also check out yung lyric video niya nasa YouTube then. But let's talk more about Afraid. So, syempre, this is your song, di ba?
38 minutes in, let's go!
Let's go! Ito talagang kwentuhan, guys. Like, this is not forced whatsoever. But let's talk about Afraid, no? Yung song mismo. Like, what was it about? Like, di ba you like to write from your own non-fiction experience. So, what really inspired yung kantang to?
So, what originally inspired it, to really start what happened, in terms of like just the creation of the collaboration with me and Chris, who goes by Moose. I wanted to work with him. He's wanted to work with me. Like, we've been friends for like quite some time now, like probably three-ish years, a little bit more. One day he was like, "Hey man, we should do a song." I was like, "Heck yeah, we should do a song." He's like, "Yo, like, what type of styles do you like?" I was like, "I like these styles, and I like these songs." And he's like, "Okay, from these songs, what are the elements that you like?" And I was like, "I like this guitar here. I like the violin. I like the strings here. Like this." And he's like, "All right, I got you." And then he comes back to me like a week later, and then he just sends me this like the incredible instrumental that's in the track. And I was like, "Oh my god, that is harmonically extremely difficult." And, this is a very technically complex track, but I don't care. It's freaking good. I'm gonna write about it. It was perfect timing though, because I was in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, with some friends of mine. We were just having like a little lake beach getaway at the end of this was last September, actually. So almost a full year ago. That's how long it took for me to finish this thing. But I was there with some friends. One friend of mine who was there, she's a very pretty lady, very nice gal. So this is kind of the first time, like, since I had like left the Philippines, that like I was like really going out with like people and stuff, and actually like seeing somebody that like I'm like attracted to. I was like, "Damn, man!" I'm like, I'm feeling something again. Just look at that! Wow, feelings. In some way, nothing crazy, but just being like, I would take her up. Just finally feeling that again. Because for those of you who don't know, I had a girlfriend in the Philippines, and that ended, so that's whatever. But it's the first time since then that like, well, no, I wouldn't say the first time, but like one of the few times since that period that I was like feeling these things again. But by that point, like these days, I'm much more like secure about myself. I'm much more confident than I was when I was like 18. Just like the things I've gone through and stuff, like I matured a bit, and like it's no longer. When I was younger, I was very self-deprecating. I was like, "No, that girl's out of my league. Like, not good enough for her. I'm not gonna try." But now it's like, okay, I think I'm a decent person. I'm like take care of myself. I like to take care of somebody else. I'm a very loyal human and friend. So like, what the hell's wrong with me? What's wrong with that? So like, why should I be afraid? Why should I be, whatever? So with this friend, we were like hanging out. She's like as nice as can be. I wasn't being like awkward and like quiet like I used to be around like girls that I like. No, I'm just like having fun and like talking to her. I'm actually like talking to her. I'm like, look at me functioning like a normal human. But then when it actually came to me like taking the next step and actually getting a little bit closer to her, and actually like making it from like a friendship to something a bit more,
Oh my
I
god.
couldn't pull the trigger. And it wasn't like me being, even though like the song is entitled Afraid, like I actually wasn't afraid of, maybe a part of it was, but like I wasn't really afraid of like getting, I wasn't that afraid of like getting rejected and looking like an idiot, because like she's super nice, so she wasn't the type of person to like let me down hard and just punch me in the face, be like, you suck, you're ugly. She's very nice, so there's no reason for me to actually like fear that. What I actually was afraid of is, you know, if I actually like get the girl and I get what I wanted, is it just going to end up like my last relationship? Like I'm actually afraid of like what happens when I actually do get what I want. And that's kind of like what the song's about. Like lyrically, there's plenty of lines, and everything I'm saying, it's probably in the song at some point. But yeah, it's just like in my previous relationship, I very much like lost my sense of self. I was very absorbed into my girlfriend at the time. Maybe for the wrong reason, but it's because like I loved her. She was my first girlfriend, and you know, I really wanted to, you know, spend time with her and take care of her. But as a result, I think like my personal growth was like very stunted. Like I frankly did not grow very much as a musician. I don't really think I grew very much. Maybe like I grew as a lover, and you know, that romantic sense is very important. But like the other aspects of my life and the things that make me happy didn't really improve, you know, like I got kind of out of shape. I didn't really have time for this and the time to do the things that I like to do, because I felt I kind of put this upon myself to, you know, take care of her. So, you know, that, and like in retrospect, you know, in hindsight is 2020. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that was a very bad time. And like, it was just not a great period of my life. So I think like subconsciously, like I've kind of like put up some walls, like subconsciously. And kind of like, yeah, that's like kind of what the song is about. Like I was just kind of there, and you know, there's a beautiful girl right in front of me who's frankly really, really nice to me, and she's like being cool and stuff, like being super complimentary and stuff, like not super flirty, but like she's being nice. So like, what's wrong? Like, you know, what could possibly, like, how bad could it be? Like she can say no, big deal. But regardless, I was like, like falling in love right now. That sounds like an asshole. So, frankly, that's kind of. My upcoming EP with Tarshir and the stuff that I'm writing kind of is all like intertwined and kind of related around my experiences with love and just my evolution. That's what a big word. My evolution, my growth as a young man.
Your growth,
the upcoming EP is definitely a bit more, I guess, dark and sad thematically. Not that the songs are like super like depressing. They're not like piano. I'll probably have a piano ballad in there, but like it's not like it's not like pure who good, like, oh my god, I'm so sad. But like when you listen to the lyrics, it's like, oh, that is kind of sad. But like, you know, it's expressed in a way that I think is appropriate. So yeah, that's like kind of insight into what's coming. So you know, whether it's Afraid or the tracks that I'm working on, it's definitely like intertwined with like kind of those themes of I don't know, like self-love and I don't know, disconnecting yourself from your past, and you know, I don't know, just kind of moving forward. These are the type of things that I want to write about, because these are the things that I'm feeling right now. You know, it's that early 20s, you know,
dude, exactly,
better stuff. So that's what
that's what I was gonna say. Like, I totally feel you, like, in this part of your life. Obviously, we're like the same age, so we kind of go through and feel the same things too. Like, we've all been there. We've dated someone in the past, and kind of seeing another potential, like, someone in our life is really like, oh my god, do I really want to go through all of this right now? Maybe not. Yeah, you're like, do I have to? Like, is this something that I want? Like, so I feel like a lot of people, madami talaga makaka-relate dyan, because that's like an experience that a lot of people have.
Especially at this age, it's no longer young love.
Especially,
our priorities are different at this point. So,
we're all looking for different. It's different at this age.
Oh no, my lights just turned off. But you know, we're all heck yeah, I'm just gonna keep it like this. You know, we're gonna change that. But you know, people are so focused on finding love in other people than, you know, kind of saving it for themselves, which I think, you know, as cliche as it is, but you know, from my experience, it's like, no, you know, you can, like, what are friends for? They're there to, you know, give you support and love. You know, romantic relationships are nice. You know, cuddling and stuff is super cool. But you know, time commitment and that type of stuff can be a bit of a pain. So, you know. We all got to find
Yeah,
our priorities.
that's true.
Mid 20s
And I
suck. I
love
just
this
want to be
whole,
like
yeah,
17.
dude, yeah, I totally get you. All about that
Yeah.
self-love. Pero true kasi yan. Like, you know, it's super cliche nga when they say, like, you can't really love someone if you don't love yourself. That's really true. Like,
Yeah.
it's
I
really,
think
really,
so.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so
It's a
too.
recipe for disaster. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys
Reliance on
Mhm.
anybody for anything
Yeah,
is a
exactly.
recipe for disaster. Yeah. As
Yeah,
much as you
exactly.
can, do it yourself. Unless you need
Yan,
help.
guys.
But yeah.
So, kung kailangan nyo ng sign, yun na yun. Okay? Narinig niyo na from Russell. No, that's a sign. And also a sign for you guys to listen to Afraid, which is Russell's newest single, out on multiple digital streaming platforms. He collaborated with Moves, of course, a great talented Moves. You guys can check out that song and also the lyric video on YouTube. And we're so excited for the EP. Ako, very excited ako dyan because, these are things I also experienced at this point in my life, obviously. But a lot of people have also experienced at one point or another. Very honest then, I can imagine, very genuine coming from Russell, you guys. So we have that to look forward to, ang EP niya that he's been working on. Ayan. So he's been working on a lot of things, guys. He's been up to a lot of things, but still
Heck
being
yeah.
able to give us music.
Yeah.
Amazing. So we can't wait for the music now, Russell. But before I do let you go, do you have a message for everyone? Like, who's been, so excited to hear yung music mo. Like, they're so excited you came out with Afraid and they can't wait for your more of your songs in the future.
Sa lahat ng nanood, sa lahat ng mga supporters ko dyan sa Pinas or sa buong mundo. Man, that's a hard question. It's just, abangan.
Dito ka ba nahirapan?
Yeah, there's a lot more coming. Expect, honestly, growth, both really in the sound, and expect good music. Expect stuff that's expect music with a message. That's what I'll say.
Ooh.
Expect music. Wow, that sounds so cool. Wow.
I love that.
Are they gonna quote me on Mix? Like,
yeah, I will.
Russell, sabi niya kanina sa Mix Global interview niya, blah, 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 blah. Expect music with a message. Wow.
I love that. That's my favorite answer now. Expect music with a message. So yeah. I'm sure excited ng lahat for everything, Russell, that you've been up to. Just talking to you now, I've seen your growth na talaga. Not just as an artist, but also as a person. Oh, wow.
Thank
diba?
you.
So,
thank you.
It's so true.
Like, nawala yung Tagalog ko, nag-English lang ako. Ganun.
Okay lang yan. Just be you, diba? Sabi nga nila, be true to who you are, o diba, guys? But while we're all at it now, being true to ourselves, do not be afraid to stream Afraid by Russell. It's available on multiple digital streaming platforms. Once again, this is collaboration with Moves, and you can also check out its lyric video on YouTube. Ayan. So thank
One
you
more
so
message.
much. Yes, go ahead.
If you guys want to stay updated and actually see my future releases, you guys can follow me on Spotify. My name is literally Russell. It's probably going to be hard to find right now, but it's literally just Russell. You can follow me on Instagram, which is the main place I post, at Russell Reyes Music. On Twitter, at Russ Ray Music, so RUSREY Music. I think I'm on TikTok as well, at Russell Reyes Music. And on YouTube, just search for Russell Reyes. You should be able to find me. So if you guys want to stay up to date with everything that I'm doing, even though I don't update people very often, go to those places. I'll let you guys know when I'm working on something and when something cool is coming. So just want to say maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga supporters ko. I don't like saying fans. It's weird for me. So yeah, like, y'all are dope. Thank you guys for streaming. Just keep on streaming. Save it. Show it to your friends. Show it to your mama. Maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. But, everybody that thing, man. Worked hard on that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Boom.
We all appreciate good music, and Afraid is really good music, you guys. I mean, I personally love the vibe of it, so make sure to check it out as well. Share nyo na lang lahat sa mga friends niyo, family, kapitbahay niyo, ganyan. Share nyo sa lahat. And of course, follow nyo si Russell sa kanyang social media pages para mas maging updated pa kayo sa lahat ng gagawin niya in the future, not just with his music, but also with his life. So make sure to follow him there. But thank you, Russell, for joining us. It was nice catching up with you. Thank you, Russell, with 2 S's and L's. Thank you so much for joining us. At maraming salamat din sa lahat ng nanood ng MYXclusive interview na to. Once again, this has been Sam with 2 M's and Russell Reyes. Thanks, guys!
See y'all!